Hi everyone, I'm artist Sophie Lisa Smith, also known as Beresford, and welcome to another episode of BALTIC Meet Make! Yay! Today's activity is inspired by the Judy Chicago exhibition that is on in BALTIC right now. BALTIC is closed for the moment, and when it reopens you'll be able to go and see that exhibition with your very own two eyes. And until then, you can go to BALTIC Plus and you can look at that exhibition online, and you can even get an online tour video of that exhibition so you can really have a look around. And you can find links to that material below. So this activity, inspired by Judy Chicago's work, is a powerful portal. So I'm going to show you the work, Judy's work, that this is inspired by, and it should be appearing behind me. About now. Very good, it worked. Okay, now look at this. This piece by Judy is called Let It All Hang Out. Isn't that amazing? Wow. And you can see that this piece is a lot like a portal. A portal is like a doorway from one place to another, or from one world to another. So, portals are pretty cool. And also, you might have seen something before or heard of something called a mandala. Now, a mandala is pretty much a portal. You will see that a mandala has, just like Judy's work, and just like this portal, it has symmetry across a circle. And now mandalas can be traced throughout various ancient cultures such as Native American, Australian Aboriginal, Hinduism and Buddhism, and maybe more. And they're very special because they help to calm you, or they help you go to a calm world, and they also help to inspire you. So that's good, isn't it? And you can use mandalas or portals by putting them on your wall around you in your space, and just taking a moment just to look at your portal or your mandala, and just take a calm moment and have a look and let yourself get involved in the colours and the shapes and how it feels to look at it. And then you will find that maybe, just maybe, you feel calmer, and you might feel clearer, and you might start having good ideas. So that is the power of a portal. Wow. So now that we've learned something about Judy's work, something about portals and mandalas, let's make this thing. So this is what you will need. So let's get started. Take your large circle. This is a small size plate. Pop it on your large piece of cardboard and draw around it. Make sure that you think about where you place your circle. Place it right near the edges of your piece, and that will save you this lovely big bit at the top. So round we go. That's the very first step. Now we need to chop, chop, chop and cut this out. So step 2, boom, boom, boom. We now have our base circle, so let's have a look. You'll see. Right now, this bit, it's the symmetry trick, right, of how we're going to get symmetry on our circle. So it's really easy, and what we're going to do is we're going to fold our circle in half quite carefully. So how do you see? I'm just not folding that bit yet. I'm just pushing it up to the sides, and when I can see it looks quite right, which it certainly does. That looks quite right. You say that's not quite right. That's quite right. When it's quite right, I'm going to stick my thumb there, right in the middle, bang, like that. And then I'm going to smooth it that way. And smooth it that way. Smooth it that way. So, now I've got a line. I have a line down here. And I'm going to fold it again the other way in half again. And I'm going to make it fit, and I'm also going to make the line fit to the line. Where's my line? It's not that defined, but that's okay. I'm going to go for that line. Then I'm going to push down, I'm going to push it along. And I'm going to do the same, push it along, so that I've got some sort of line again. So I've got a line here, a line there, and you can even make it into a little fan shape by folding it on all the folds and giving it a little squish, because that'll help you define the line. And guess what the line is? Oh, the lines are the special symmetry guide. Because as we were saying, if a portal's a portal or a mandala is a mandala, it needs to be the same on all sides and have symmetry. So now that we have our folds in the circle and we have our symmetry guide, we can get started with the decorating process. So let's take some of our materials. Now, I particularly like this one. It was a bag of crisps, and it has some lovely areas of purple, and it also has this beautiful shiny at the back. So I think I might just go hardcore shiny and just stick this on and then I can stick my other parts on after. Now I will need to be careful if I do that, because I won't be able to see my symmetry guide. But maybe I can do that anyway. So I'm going to get my glue out. I'm going to stick that on, and then maybe I can fold it again. And so you don't have to do it my way. You can begin cutting things out, cutting out shapes that you might want to use. I like these off this crisp packet. I like them. So I think I might have these wiggling around on my piece, for example. So you cut bits out, you don't have to stick one big piece on straight away. On this one, I actually stuck a juice label, and I stuck it one way and then the other way like that, and it created these lovely purple lines on the piece, which I really like. So you do it how you feel like doing it. What colours do you like out of the materials that you have? Use them first. Well, you don't have to, but that's what I like to do. Use the colours I like. Ooh. So, I've got plenty of glue on. If you haven't got the glue, you can use your sellotape and just stick it on. Aha, right, good. I've stuck it right in the middle, and I want to actually make sure that I use my resource as well, so I'm going to stick it right near the side, like that, and then that's going to leave us all that room. Right, where's my scissors hiding? Hiding in all my great crisp packets. Right, look at that, man, I love this. It's amazing. Right, so what do I want to do now? I do feel drawn to getting these on. I do like them, maybe like that. And I like them stripes. So maybe I'll just go ahead and stick them on. So that's how this one looks now. So I've got that lovely shiny background, and I've also got, oh, you see that? This lovely cross thing going on. So I think I might go to these, because I like these, and I cut these off a packet of crisps here. As I say, cutting crisps is quite a nice feeling, I think, cutting the crisp packets. So maybe that will just give it a little chop here. Ooh. Careful chopping, like that. Let's see how this looks. So I'm just going to have an experiment. See how it looks. Let's get it in under there, like that. Right at the end of the circle, like that. Sorry, I'm liking it. There we go. Now, let's get this other one on. See how it looks on the other side. Stick it in. Yeah, that's pretty good. I quite like that. I like that. I'm trying to keep it nice and symmetrical as well, as much as I can. So that one doesn't really work because it's got a bit of a hole in, so I might need to try a different piece. There's another one. I'm just going to give that a bit more glue, keep it down a bit. So that's my general idea. Let's chop another packet. Now, I'm going to chop the back off. Remember to wash your crisp packets and rubbish before using them in art projects, by the way. Very important, otherwise everything gets stinky and greasy and all the rest. So, again, this time actually I'm going to chop it in the middle. Fling, fling, fling. I hope that worked. That was a wild move. I'm just going to pop some glue there. Oh, which way should it go? Is there a way? We'll put it that way for now. Maybe there is a way. I need to see what that way is. This kind of looks good, I think. Maybe this one should go this way. Now look at that. So, it's pretty shiny. And pretty cool, symmetrical bits look good. I'm quite happy with that. Now, what else might I like to put on? We've got some nice green bits. Ooh, now that's giving us an idea just looking at that. And you see I've just got my different coloured parts. I've got any of them nice green bits. Thought I had some more. I hope I've got some more. Well, if I haven't, guess what? I'll be creative and use something else. So the idea there I saw was I liked the way it looked when I put the green, especially there. So it would be nice if I could cut this into enough strips just to touch the edges all around. There we go. Now I will get my glue on here a bit just to stick it on. Blum, 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 blah, blah, blah. And I will stick each piece on, and I just want to make sure that it covers the end and that it goes from pink to pink. You see? Right, so that's what I've got so far, and I'm going to go ahead and tape this up real quick. Or I should say tape this down real quick. Okay, here we go. So, got my tape. I'm going to, you can get an adult to help you chop pieces of tape and stick them down. So the first thing I think is important to stick is probably these green bits because they're very sort of fragile on the edges there. Whoops! And you might find that things just slip out of place. And it's not the end of the world if they do, and if you're very gentle and careful when you tape them, you can catch them and just make sure you get them moved back in time. There we go. Hold back in place there. Now that is what we have, so I'm quite excited now to do the part of cutting around. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is make sure I've got this stuck on the back, and because you are doing yours differently to me, you might find you have your own challenges. This was one of my challenges making this. You might find your own, but I bet you, if you stop and think for a moment, you will get past that challenge. Alright, there we go. Right then, so what else could we add to finish this off? What would be beautiful? Well, it might be nice to put something in the middle, and it might be nice to finish off these edges carefully too. So I've got some nice bits of purple here I could use, I think. I've got a nice red circle, although it does have a big pound sign in the middle, and I wanted something a little bit more, I don't know, abstract. What about this? The lid. The lid's already round, which is cool if you've got round stuff already. So I might just try something, do an experiment with this lid, put it out carefully, and I might fold this lid in half twice, like we did with the big circle, just to see if I could make something interesting with it, I suppose. I'm going to fold it, and then fold it on the other line that I did. Get it nice and straight, and then what I'm thinking I might do is I might cut some shapes. I might do like a flower. It's a bit big actually, I should check that. How big is it when we sit it inside of the centre? It's bigger than the centre. Okay, well I'm okay with that. I'm going to do an experiment and see how this goes. So I feel like maybe cutting a line up the middle and doing like a flower petal thing, or even like an eye shape. Interestingly, that's a portal shape as well, this shape we're drawing now. And if you want to know more about that, you could look up something called the Vesica Pisces, which is the same portal shape. There's like a lot of natural portals out there. So let's chop this. I'm going to have a little experiment and just chop this carefully, very carefully. You can see I'm taking my choppers out and using them at a different angle to get in the space easier. Oh, is it going to come off? Yes, it is. And try this one with my scissors. Go down into the little area, come out, start at the easier place and go down again into the little area, plonk, like so. Now this is exciting. What are we going to have here? Right, we've got, ooh, look at this here. Look at that. Wow. Now I wonder, maybe I could rub that part off, or I could even draw. Oh, that one came out titchy. Interesting. And even draw on it like that. Look at that now. And that would do them to make it look even more like a natural flower on it. And like that. There now, look at that. Whoa, it's looking pretty cool. So I'm quite happy with that in the middle. Stick a bit of that on. Stick this in where I want it. Wowza, look at that. I quite like it just being stuck at the middle as well, so that the ends sort of can come up, and it's quite malleable or mouldable. this foil lid as well, so I quite like that mind. Make myself a little flower in the middle like that. So I've got that part, and I think all this needs now is something to tidy this area up a bit. And maybe something in the middle of the flower to have that central pop, you know. So what am I going to do to tidy these up? Well, I do like this purple, and I do like purple on pink. So why not? That could be interesting to do them like there instead of straight. Like that would give a lot of an interesting effect. Do you know what? I am going to do it! Where's my tape? I'm actually gonna use my glue like I normally do first, and I'm going to just put it on that angle. See the angle on the crisp thing there, that. I'm just going to put it on that angle, which is interesting because it's like just going with what you already have and adding new and interesting things, being inspired by the shapes that are already there now. So maybe we'll put that one here on that angle. And that's what we have there, this interesting like offset square in the middle. So I'm going to tape it on, chop it, put a little something in the middle, and I think I'm done here. So there we have it. Look at this one. It's turned out quite different, hasn't it, to this one? Quite like it. I love this flower in the middle and all the gold. So what will we put in the centre? What about that? Look, it's a tiny little flower. That will be good. And instead of going into all those little petals and nooks and crannies, I'm just going to go right around the edge and see how this looks in my piece. So. Oh yeah! Right, we've got this on here, and we pop it in the middle. Perfect! Awesome! Awesome! And there you have it. Look at that. We've got these power portals. Yeah! So I would love to see what you created today, and you can share that with us by uploading what you've made to your social media and tagging it with hashtag BALTIC Connect. From me, Sophie Lisa Smith, have a wonderful creative day, and remember, art materials are everywhere. Speak soon. Bye for now. Pew, pew, pew.